Hey guys, so before we start the video, I just wanted to talk about the absolute insanity that went into actually getting this figure. So a while back, when I first got my Unicron that I showed off in my intro video, was thinking about getting the rest of the servants of Unicron, and I was looking through them, and yeah, Scourge, he was all right. Cyclonus, he wasn't that bad, and I already have Galvatron, but Nemesis Prime what is that price? So obviously I have the slightest bit of common sense, which is out of place for most Transformers fans, and I'm like, nah, okay, I'll save my money. So then a few weeks go by, and I'm looking for Nemesis. Sure enough, oh my gosh, I find it for $95. I'm like, nah, bro, that's a pretty good deal, but I think I'll pass. About a week, no, not even a week later, like a few days later, I get an alert. There's been a price drop. Oh, okay, I wonder what it is. It went down to $55. So obviously I try and rush to get it, and there's like a $5 coupon off if I pay with a different way, so whatever, yeah. But then unfortunately, bro goes and changes it back to $85. So I was like, okay, dang, I guess I will save my money then, I'll wait. Next day, I get an alert that there's only 2 left, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. I guess I'll look at it one more time. So then it went back down to $65, and I'm like, all right, if this is legit, I don't care if this is legit or not. I'm getting it. I'm not going to chance it. So got it for about retail price, thankfully. So yeah, just wanted to share about the absolute mental torture this figure put me through. Shout out to the guy that I got it from. I don't know if you knew how much this was worth, but I really appreciate you for selling it to me for this price. So yeah, thanks for listening to me rant, guys, and enjoy the video. Yo, what's up guys, Unicron the Destroyer here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a figure that I've been after for a while. It is kind of out of place for the past trend of the channel. This is a much older figure. This is the Transformers Spoiler Pack Nemesis Prime from the War for Cybertron trilogy. I think it's an underrated show, to be honest. But yeah, let's get into the figure and check out him and his accessories. Alright guys, so here we have War for Cybertron Spoiler Pack Nemesis Prime out of the box, and since that is such a mouthful to say, I'm going to be sticking to just Nemesis Prime. Now this figure does use the Siege mold, and I had the original release of this figure, but I kind of upgraded it to the Earthrise one before and then after that I upgraded it again to the 86 Optimus, but I mean, it's a Nemesis Prime, bro. You can't really go wrong. This is one of 2 versions that Hasbro made, the Siege version, and this is the Spoiler Pack version, which does include more accessories, which we'll get to later. But I just wanted to start off with the base figure itself. The absolute presence this thing carries is amazing. Like, the original was great, but I just think this one is so much better in terms of just, like, paint apps, and just, I think it's a much better use of the mold. I always thought of Nemesis Prime as more of a Cybertronian alt mode than a Earth alt mode. So to see that carried over into the Siege Optimus mold, I think is really good. So first off, there are bits of silver on here. It's not just like flat gray. There are some parts where it kind of like it's either or. But yeah, let's get into the actual articulation of the figure. So I'll just take him off the stand real quick. Just turn that off real quick and get that out of the way. So I'm gonna take his gun off just for these purposes. It's part of his accessories, but we'll get to that later. So for articulation, we have 360. It's a ball joint at the head, so it looks down that far, up that far. 360-degree rotation at the shoulder, goes out that far. There is a butterfly joint, so you can get some pretty dynamic poses with that. For elbow bend, little over 90 degrees, and it just stops. It's at straight, so you can't really go far back, which is fine. There is a waist swivel. It's a little hard on the side of my figure. See, this is the part I kind of do have a problem with the mold with, though, but his legs go that far forward because of this like crotch piece, and then they go due to the backpack. You can move it out of the way if you want, but that's as far back as the leg goes. For bend, it's about, for the knee, it is as pretty much as far as you can go. So you can get some insanely good poses with this guy. There is a thigh swivel, well, a knee swivel technically. Kind of get rotation at the like upper leg, which is cool, and then ankle tilt. So it can't go. The ankle doesn't move anywhere other though. But yeah. So that's the figure's articulation so far. Again, just the presence this guy has is amazing. But for accessories, he's kind of stacked. So let me just like zoom out a little bit for this if I can. All right, that's as good as we're gonna get. So he gets his traditional blaster, Optimus blaster. Then he includes a sword that turns into this like pterodactyl, a shield that turns into a snake, two of these like engine barrel blaster things, which I think are pretty cool. And then this is one of my favorite accessories, is this like red energon sword. Like a Unicron version of the Star Saber, but not like the Dark Star Saber, but like, yeah. So those are all his accessories. So that means you can just absolutely deck him out with like 2 swords, 3 guns, a shield. And last thing, he comes with this extremely tiny blast effect. And he comes with like 3 small energon cubes, which I just like chucked into my energon cube box because these things are they're just a fun little accessory for like any figure. Because like you can't have Cybertronians without energon, so like 3 little cubes. But yeah, that's just a lot for one figure. So, oh, how did I forget this? He also comes with his own trailer. I don't know how I forgot that. It's just the Earthrise trailer, but painted black with the Decepticon symbol. They used like a really nice lush purple for that with like a shine to it on both the trailer and the actual figure. I think is pretty cool. Trailer opens up just like Earthrise Optimus does. But yeah, so he is absolutely stacked with accessories. So now let's get into the transformation. All right, guys, so here we have Nemesis transformed, and once again, this thing just looks awesome. I mean, like the red lights, the red like windows, the smokestacks. He does kind of just leave space in the back, but that can be fixed with the trailer. All the wheels, they roll, and it's just basically a truck. So let's just get him off the stand real quick. Let me turn that off. And so here we have the truck, and we can just take the trailer. There's a port in the back, so if we just snap that into place, and there we have it. Unless there's a second port, but I don't think there is. So yeah, it's kind of like you can't get a full turn, but you can get a pretty good turn out of it, and it just looks super menacing, super cool. Kind of reminds me of the Sonic movie, that one trailer that Dr. Robotnik was in. But yeah, so there's the truck. Very nice, very evil vehicle. You could try and store all his accessories in the trailer. I'm not doing that. That's too much work. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty nice. Swivel, everything rolls. Really nice. Good 360 for no reason. But yeah, let's do a size comparison with the other Optimus. The other Optimus. Alright, size comparison time. So, first off, these are all going to be Optimus Primes because I want it to be, and because, yeah. So, we have, obviously, Nemesis Prime. And then we have Earthrise Optimus. They're literally the same height, which I think is pretty cool. I do like the dynamic here. I got rid of my Siege Optimus a while back to upgrade to Earthrise. But, yeah, so that's how those two compare. Nice figure, nice scale. Then we have the most recent, actually, Optimus Prime, which is, did something just fall? No, I don't think it did. Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, who is much taller because he's a commander and these are Voyagers. He had a Voyager price. I actually don't know. I think this was around leader class price point, but yeah, so they're shorter. Then we have Legacy, Deluxe Class, G1 Universe, or whatever they call this, Optimus. Fun little guy. TF1 Optimus. Here, let me move these two out of the way so you can see. Much smaller figures. And then to round it all off, I think it would be appropriate to do another Evil Optimus. So here we have him with Earthrise mold of the Shattered Glass Optimus. Same head skull, basically. I do like the, I don't know what it is, but about like the evil Optimus Prime, like, color schemes, but like just the black and red and gray and the green and gray and purple just makes like really good figures. But yeah, that's been my look at the Transformers War for Cybertron spoiler pack Nemesis Prime. And yeah, let me know what figures you guys would like to see next, and I hope you guys have a great day, and see you next time.
Farewell, humans.